welcome back to Nerd Thug Radio.
Woo!
Yes, sir, Joey Savage.
Corey DLG.
And Cole Baldridge.
Don't forget, you can check us out at facebook.com/Nerd Thug Radio or nerdthugradio.com. Tomorrow the podcast drops, and this is the last 2-hour show we're doing.
Yeah,
before the brand new format change. So you can get it all in one place this time, but come next week, things are going to drastically change for 2018.
Fridays and Mondays.
I'm looking forward to it. Really,
I am too. I think it's a better idea.
It's going to make us more relevant, I think, on radio.
Whoa. We're
time-wise.
We're very relevant at all times.
Time-wise. Not the gas station, but time-wise. You like that?
Yep. You said time-wise like 100 times. I hope they pay you.
They don't.
Well, then
the unofficial sponsor of this episode is...
This is the...
Time-wise.
That gas station.
You should have charged Zach for all his plugs last week. No, I'm kidding. This is the part of the show where we turn it over to our producer. So the Hipster Pat 1, a.k.a. Colt 45. What segment shall you bring to the table, Dilly?
So...
Dilly.
Yeah.
You know I can do other things. Can make you immortal. No, just the beer thing.
I can...
So... Oh my god.
All right, Cole, take it away.
You guys are
I can poison your enemies. I can make you immortal.
No, just do the beer thing.
The beer.
All right,
Why would you do that with that beer, though?
Yeah, of all the beers.
Of all the beers that you could possibly get,
Because
you
it's
get
a Bud Light commercial.
Right, but I mean, it is a great commercial, though, because he looks at the queen for a second like, do you want to live forever? More beer? Let's get more beer.
That marketing scheme.
It's a good ad.
I've seen Dilly Dilly everywhere, too.
They
nailed it.
home run. All right, Cole, back to you. Sorry.
Okay, so, it's now a new year, and just looking back, I think I can just chalk up, at least personally, 2017 is the year of the existential crisis. And I think...
Interesting.
I'm okay with that.
Well, I mean, a lot's happened, and a lot has been developed. Like, I finished college, I'm starting to get jobs now, I'm doing this internship, and I think there...
It blows my mind that we have an intern.
I know.
It seems so
It
inappropriate.
blows my mind that he just calls himself the intern.
But it's correct.
Instead of just being like, I'm part of the team.
But no, I mean, this is an internship. I agree with that.
It is, but like, I just view him as part of the Nerd Thug squad. Like,
I've been treating him like an intern. He's been bringing me my coffee for 2 months.
I've got this intern now who does our show.
send him-
Like,
I
yeah,
send-
Colt's part of the squad now.
I send him inappropriate nudes because he's an intern.
Sexual harassment. I got your back on that one.
Literally. It'll bite you 30 years from now. But, okay, no. So, I think, like, I woke up one morning, and I think I realized, and I came to this really shock of realizing that I'm no longer a kid anymore.
That's fair.
No, like...
That's fair.
Okay, so, like, you realize, when you were a kid, and you had these kinds of thoughts where, okay, like, there's going to be a time in which I'm going to finish high school, and then I'm going to go to college, then I'm going to finish college, and after that, I'm going to get a big boy job, and I'm going to go work my 9 to 5, and I'm going to go kiss my wife when I get home, I'm going to go get a dog and a house, and you have this, like, mental
2.5
image.
kids.
Yeah, exactly.
1.5 car, right?
Yeah.
So, like,
something like that.
and then what happened in reality is you finished college, you got to that job, and then it just hit you. You're like, oh no, I'm here.
Yeah.
All that time that I was supposed to find out when I come back. No, that's now, and you got to figure out. You got to strap yourself up and figure out what are you going to do for the rest of your life, because the only thing that's going to happen is if you make it happen.
I definitely will take some times where I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, I remember being in high school and being like, man, I wonder what life's going to be like in 10 years.
Right.
What's going to be happening when I go to college? And all that stuff seems like a blur now.
Like, to me, the 2 things that I wish that I could have done differently.
Okay, go for it.
One is, me now, I wish I could tell me then, just do it. Just do all of it.
Yeah,
Just do it all. Just do it all. Just do it all right then. Because you tell yourself when you're, young and in high school, that, oh, these are the things that I'm going to do later. You're going to do them later.
Right.
You're going to... There's no reason not to do these things.
Correct.
Also, I wouldn't want to be 18-year-old me then. I want to be an 18-year-old now.
Why? Why would you want to do that?
The world of opportunity that exists for this particular generation is amazing.
Right.
The access, the technology has never been cheaper. The quality has never been better. The opportunity has never been greater than this generation right now.
That's true.
And that's something else that kind of fuels this. Because, okay, so, like, I'm part of the millennial generation. You guys are...
We technically are as well. We are on the cusp.
You're early millennial, really late Gen X, if you want to... Okay,
yes.
So, like, there's that
Yes.
time... There was that time when you're from, like, 18 to 22, and you're part of that target demographics that's the new hot thing.
Right.
And all of culture is focused on getting you to buy stuff and what you're going to be like. Okay, so...
They want to sucker you in to get the Visa cards and the credit.
See,
and,
that's
and
the one thing.
And it's you that's killing all the generations, and it's you
Yeah.
that's going to be the next best hope for the country. But like now I realize, like, I've gotten older to the point where there's a new distinct Gen Z coming up next. Like,
It's different than you, yeah.
They're now the focal point,
Right.
and like
You're not as important as you thought you were.
I'm not as important as I thought anymore. But it's that ceaseless march of time that I didn't take into account for all those years in anticipation that just happened. And
I wouldn't change probably a lot of what I did growing up.
No, we had a lot of fun.
I lived a lot of lives from 18 to 23.
Right.
A lot of lives. The only advice, if I could go back to 18-year-old Joey Savage, I would say, hey, man, your credit is a big deal. Like,
yeah.
protect that.
Yeah.
Be very protective of your credit. I mean, I went to college. I didn't finish. I don't feel bad about it because, I've been very successful without it.
Right.
But I would tell myself, your credit is pretty important. You should listen to it.
Yeah, that's one of those ones that costs
Also,
you
I wish
more.
and I also wish I had somebody that said, hey, you should save some of this money you're making. You don't have to party so hard.
Right.
Don't party really hard, just party hard.
Yeah, go to 8. You don't have to take it to 12.
Yeah, right. Stay at the 8s.
Yeah, because if you go from 8 to 4, like, that 4, you can just put it in the back.
Bada-bing. Yeah.
Right. No, I'm with you on that. I do wish someone would have explained money a little bit better.
Right.
I think that's one of those things that they just never sit someone down and tell. That's right now. I'm watching my younger siblings. They're working right now. And they're getting money, but they don't. They live at home. They no bills.
Right.
And you almost just want to shake them and be like, you could do anything.
Because I haven't lived at home since I was 18. When I was 18, boom, I was gone.
Yeah, you were gone.
I came home for like holidays, the summer. I came and lived with my mom like very briefly for like less than 6 months when I was moving back from Dallas. But for the most part, I've always had my own place. And so but yeah, I can totally understand these like I was making really crazy money. But like you see these actors and their teens and stuff, they make all this money and then they blow it all and all of a sudden they're like, how could they do that? I can totally see how they do that.
Yeah, no. When someone says how's an NBA player go broke, I
get it.
Yeah,
I get
not even a doubt. When you find out some of them are living paycheck to paycheck, and someone's like, "What are they doing?" and you're like, "They're living." They're like, "They're just going crazy."
They are living.
Yeah. Someone just handed them $100,000 check. What do you think they're doing?
So.
Right.
It's kind of interesting that you say like you went out at 18 and you never look back and stuff, and it's just a completely different experience for me because I'm kind of the opposite. There was like
It's because you had parents. No, I'm just kidding. I love you, Gina. I love you, Gina.
Listen. You've got your parents have been married for how long now? Forever. They've been together.
Yeah,
You've
like
had
20,
that like
24 years
for
now.
me growing up, it's just it's my mom, single mom. So my first inclination is, as soon as I'm able not to have my mom like provide for me and I can provide for myself, I'm done.
Oh, no,
I'll do
I
it
am-
myself.
Yeah,
and so that's what I did. I started working at a young age. 14, I was mowing yards. I was trying to make my own money to buy my own stuff. But as soon as I was able to get out and get off of her radar and just let her do her own thing, boom, I was done.
Well,
but on the flip side, though, real quick, I don't want to steal your thunder. Now being a parent, like, I want my kids to stay with me as long as possible.
okay, no. I
do.
I'm the kid side of that because my dad when he raised his first 4 kids, they were out of the house at 18, and then he realized he never saw them again. Like he never gets to see them now. And so when it comes for me and Cannon growing up, he wants to hold on to us.
Wait, your sibling is Nick Cannon?
No.
Yes.
No.
Accurate
No.
statement.
From Wild and Out? Nick Cannon?
Yes.
No.
Mariah Carey's ex.
No. Host of America's Got Talent? No. Cannon?
His name's Cannon, but
Is his middle name Ball? But no, yeah. Like,
I came in like a cannonball.
but yeah, like as a parent, I'm like, my kids can live with me till they're 30. Like, as long as they're working, and they
Can I live with you until you're 30?
I mean, if you want to, I mean, I've always have an open door for you.
That's true.
okay. So I think though the flip side, or at least like the flip side of that is like short of several months like being in an apartment by myself for college, like I've never left home, and so like,
Right.
because I've been like in the same house since I was almost 2. And I think after a while, it's that realization of, okay, like I'm not. I need to move and get somewhere else and start something for myself.
Just for me, like I didn't really have a mentor or someone to like show me the stuff. I've been through I've seen everything.
We should be big brothers.
My kids will not do stuff that I've never seen. So like, if they can live with me till they're 25 and they have a real job, and I'll help them save money, so they're 25, they go out and then buy their own place. Like, I'm more than happy to do it. Now, you're not going to sit on the couch and be a slum and not do anything. Like, you're going to work.
I think there has to be a balance, though. Like, it's definitely great there if you're in a position of life in which your kids can be living in which they don't really want for anything and they can live a comfortable life. I think, though, that there might be merit in having them.
It's a very foreign thing.
Yeah, I think that, though, like, there might be merit in still a little of that, for lack of a better phrase, hardship of where it's like, okay, yeah, your basic needs are taken care of, but you still need to learn the value of hard work and having to go earn these things for yourself.
International foreign thing. When you get over into Europe and you get into like the Middle East and India and even like in China and stuff, like they live with their parents till like 30. They live with their parents and they work. They go to college. They graduate. They have jobs. They're saving money to either get married and buy a house, or then they get to a point where they buy their own place. Like they don't do a lot of this living on their own.
Or they buy the house from the parents,
right? And
then the parents just move into the other room and they move into the master.
And they just if it's India, you just keep building on top, just go up and up. But yeah, it's a very, and that's one of the things is like I very much admire about European culture and Middle Eastern cultures. Like they're very family oriented and they're very. They're tough on people, on their family, but they take care of each other.
Right.
Do you think that...
that's the thing we're losing here in America.
Do you think that the recession and the fallout of that is going to create a culture in which it's more acceptable to have a multi-generational household?
I think it's not acceptable. People are doing it, but I think they also all hate it. Like, I don't think acceptable is the right word. Like, there's not going to be a time when everyone's going to be like, no, it's okay if your parents live with you and your kids live with you, and everyone's just like... Culturally in America, we just don't believe in that.
I think either Gen Z is going to get to the.
Culture.
I think Gen Z is either going to be able to recover after the economy, or it's just going to get to the point where it's going to have to be acceptable because nobody can afford anything.
No, I think people will do it. I just think that the neighbors will always mock you for it.
Oh, they will.
Those neighbors can mock me right in the face. We're jumping out to a break. Can we come back? We're going to wrap the show up, Nerd Thug style. Hashtag talking nerdy to you.
Ow!